I'm Misty, RN Health and Wellness Coach, and I'm a faith-based RN Health and Wellness Coach. So I care about your spiritual health as well as your physical health. And we can't have one without the other, can we? So today is still my tribute to Rachel Ray's 30-minute meals. And I'm going to do a potato hash with some Adele's chicken apple sausage. You can change that up and do lentils. You can do black beans. If you don't do meat, you can do change it up and use leftover chicken from the night before. You can use leftover fish. You can use leftover meatballs. Whatever you got left over from the night before. This is a hash, and this is how we're going to do it. It's going to be fun. Now, the message today, the word of the day is going to be will. And will is just one of those things that we have that God gave us. He gave us free will to make decisions and to go through our lives each day. And He also has His will. So God's will and our will are often in conflict, aren't they? So it just stood out to me because when I was peeling my potatoes this morning for a funeral, I saw the potato peels and I thought of my second mom in high school was Pat Hargett. I used to go to their farm every summer, work in tobacco and do stripping tobacco and following the setter and all those things. And we would go in and we would help fix lunch for all the hands. And my friend, my best friend at the time, Cynthia, she would say, "Now, when you peel those potatoes, you make sure you just get the skin. You don't get a lot of that white part." So today I got a lot of the white, and I was like, "Oh, Pat would be happy with me because I have too much white left on my potato skins." The potatoes are out of my garden. I know there's nothing on them, nothing sprayed in the dirt, nothing sprayed when they came out of the dirt, and they are super clean with all the minerals and all the yummy stuff that I want in my potato peels and none of the bad stuff. So that's why we love growing our own potatoes. But let me tell you, there's a lot of waste, right? So we're going to do some potato hash with this while that boils for some mashed potatoes for the funeral. So back to the will. We prayed for this guy to live, right? We always do that. We get a sick church member and we want them to stay with us. And so we pray. And Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane. It's hard because, you think about your loved ones and you think about the people you care about and you think about them going through loss and pain and heartache, and you don't want that for them. I don't want that for them. But it's not our will always. It's the will of the Father. And so Jesus says in Matthew chapter 26, verse 38, He says, "Then He said to them, 'My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and watch with me.' And going a little further, He fell on His face and prayed, saying, 'My Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as You will.'" And that's what happens. We put up our prayers. We want that validation. We want that affirmation. We want that answer. And the answer is not always what we want or what the Father's will is. So pray for that family today. Want to make them comfortable with this meal that our church family's bringing. And I'm using the leftovers to make some hash. So I can't throw all this in the compost. Totally could, but I'm going to do it this way because I'm going to dump it on my cutting board. I'm going to chop it a little bit more finely. I have my skillet over here on the stove that's getting hot. It is a green pan, and it takes very little oil. Hi, David. I'm just doing 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, and that's all I'm using for this whole hash. So 1 teaspoon. I'm going to use a little skillet while it's warm, and I'm going to let that get hot while I do. You can hear it sizzling. It's not smoking. That's why coconut oil is so well to use. It's such a stable fat. and you're not going to taste it. Everybody says, "Oh, I don't want that. Tastes bad. Tastes bad." We'll see. Moving it around a little so it doesn't get all hot and burnt. We don't want that. All right, here we go. So all of our potato skins just need some extra chopping. And what I probably do, split it in half. Because I don't have it, I just didn't get my bigger skillet out. If I'd gotten a bigger skillet out, I think I could put all of these in it. But I didn't. I got the smaller one. Gonna be lunch. So I'm gonna split it up. Save those for later. It's a lot of waste, isn't it? If you throw all that away, or if it's just a lot of potato wasted. We take too much time and energy growing all these things, putting them in the ground and hoping for a harvest. This is gonna pop and crack. Listen. All right, I'm getting them in my skillet right now. So that's about maybe a cup and a half, maybe 2 cups of potato. I thought it would be fun to use the ranch uh, mix that I made the other day with onion powder, parsley, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. But giving them a ranch flavor would be fun. So that's going on there. That is at least an ounce of seasoning, parsley, onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, salt, and pepper. So then I have a green pepper and my banana pepper. And then I need an onion, so I'll go get an onion in a garbage bowl. Smells so good. This just might be even less than 30 minutes, you know? One of those meals. This thing's sizzling and come over here. With all that spice on it, it smells amazing. You know, your potatoes have vitamin C in this in the peel. They have potassium, they have magnesium, they have manganese. What we want, we want all the minerals that we can get out of our soil into our bodies. All right, there's a pepper, little peppers, banana pepper, and a green pepper. Stir it up and go find my onion. What do you do with your potatoes? Think about that for a second. What are you going to put with your potatoes? You don't need the onion, but I want all the benefit of it. So let's go to the side, garbage bowl that. Oh, I want all of the insoluble fiber I can get from my vegetables. So we do know that onions and garlic feed our gut bacteria. Looks like a prebiotic, gives them really good food to munch on. Restoring gut health is so important. We can do it in intentional choices that we make every single day. And it can be the will. We can take our will and put it in submission to Christ and say, hey, I just need to get rid of the stuff that's junk in my life. Get rid of all the junk and put in all the good stuff that you created for me to prosper and
function better and to be complete. So there's that. The great thing about the spring pans is that they don't stick, of course, and they cook very quickly. So I was trying to spit out, couldn't think of what I wanted to say. All right, so now it's gonna, like I said, you can use leftover lentils that you have cooked. You can use a leftover sausage. You can use leftover chicken. I'm using one length of the Dell's chicken apple sausage. It is MSG free, nitrate free, and nitrite free. So going to be a better choice as far as a processed meat because we want fewer and fewer processed meats in our meal plans because the processed meats are contributing to colon cancer and cardiovascular disease, as evidenced by many, many studies. So, trying to keep us out of that intensive care units where my ICU buddies will be taking care of us. We don't want that. We want to stay out of there. When we go, we want to go quick. That's no guarantee, I know. No guarantee that we'll go quickly or that what will happen, right? It's not in our will. It is not at all in our will. So if you wanted to use two, you could. I'm just keeping it low heat. This will take about 10 minutes. I'm going to put the video on pause. While this cooks, and I'm going to time it so that you know how long this meal is supposed to cook. Now I'm going to clean up while it's cooking. So hang in there. Keep you posted. So that's it. That's it for the day. That's our hash and our salad. We had a 50-50 blend of raw and a 50-50 blend of cooked. And we have our meal. Another 30-minute meal in the book. Turn this off. Remember, our will is not always God's will, but He's got our good in mind always. And we'll find out when we get there what it was and why it was and how it was. But for now, we can just trust Him in that, right?